we have to learn about the recursion, one of the most important. Am I audible? Recursion.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
So, recursion, what is recursion? A recursive function is defined as a function that calls itself to solve a particular problem in smaller version, in its smaller version, okay? So, recursion means call itself, okay? So, one of the most important stack application is the recursion. Now we have to discuss, we are now going to discuss about the quick sort. The quick sort, the complexity of quick sort uh, in LGN, okay? This is for average case and the best case. The worst case behavior is order of n square, okay? The worst case behavior, the worst case behavior of quick sort is order of n square, right? So first of all, we have to know about the algorithm. So let us start with the algorithm. First of all, quick sort. There are three arguments. Let A, P, and R, A, P, and small r. Okay, and first one, let if your P, where P is the first index of the array. Okay, if P is less than R, right? If P is less than R, then Q is another variable. Q is equal to Q is another variable which stores A, P, and R. Then quick sort, then we have to call the quick sort function, A, P, and Q minus 1. And the next one is the quick sort A, Q plus 1, and R. Okay. So this is the quick sort function. Okay. Now we have to discuss about the partition function, PART, part. So part A, P, and R. Okay. So first let a variable X is equal to your array and the last index of the array. A of R. Then I is equal to P minus 1. Third one, for J is equal to P2 R minus 1, the last index minus 1, R minus 1. Then if your AJ, if your AJ is less than is equal to your X, then first we have to increment I, we have to increment the I, and next exchange AI with AJ. AI with AJ. And finally, exchange AI plus 1 with AR. Okay. And finally, return I plus 1. Okay. So this is the partition function. Is it clear to you? The partition function and the here
So
the
can
part.
you
Yes, sir.
so can you explain with a diagram or something like that?
Yes. Okay. So first of all, this is a good example of recursion. Why? Because this is the quick short function. This contains three arguments. Your array capital A. Just 1 second. After the class, I will give you the details notes. Okay. So first of all, this is the array. Okay. So this is your array A. And the second argument is the P. What is P? P is your first index. Okay. And the last one is the R. There are three arguments, A, P, and R. Okay. So this is your R. Actually, this quick short, it is an example of recursion, and it depends upon the divide and conquer approach. Okay. This depends upon the divide and conquer approach. What is divide and
Sir,
conquer
Ankita
approach?
is not getting the entry. She is writing in the group.
Sorry.
Sir, Ankita entry পাইনি বলছিল, এখন পেয়ে গেছে দেখাচ্ছে।
Okay. 9113. Ankita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this depends upon the divide and conquer approach. What is divide and conquer approach? You have to divide the whole array into two halves. Okay. You have to divide the whole problem of size n. You have to divide the whole problem of size n into two halves. So this is of problem size n by 2. Each of problem with size, each subproblem will be n by 2 size. Then you have to solve the n by 2 subproblems recursively. Finally, you can get the final result, and you have to combine the whole subproblem results so that you can get the final result. So this is the divide and conquer approach. Binary search is a it depends upon divide and conquer approach. Binary search. First of all, we have to divide the whole array problem size into two halves in case of binary search. Okay. That's why if the problem with size n for binary search, then what will be the subproblem size? The subproblem size will be n by 2, okay? N by 2. In case of binary search, we have to discard the other part. That's why there is nothing in the first part. That is T of n, there will be only T of n by 2 plus there will be some constant, some total function constant, okay? But in case of quick sort, you have to divide the whole array into two equal halves, that is n by 2. And you have to take the two halves. Two halves are required for final result. That's why 2 into T of n by 2. So this is the recurrence relation. Plus, here in case of binary search, this is constant. Actually, this plus, there should be some total function fn. This total function is used for division, dividing your whole problem into subproblems. And finally, you have to merge the whole subproblem solutions. So actually, this total function is used for division and merging your solution. Okay. In case of quick sort, you have to deal with n number of elements. Okay. That's why you have to deal with, as you have to deal with n number of elements, you have, so that your total function becomes n. But in case of binary search, you are interested only one, you are interested with only one element. That's why constant. Okay. So this is the first one, is the recursive definition of binary search. T of n is equal to T of n by 2 plus 1. And this is the recursive definition of quick sort, 2T n by 2 plus n. Now, if you solve the recursions with the help of substitution method or recurrence tree or master theorem, then you can get the solution. 2T n by 2 will be order of n log n. 2T n by 2 order of n log n. So this is the recurrence relation for, this is the recurrence relation, this is the recurrence relation for quick sort, which yields the solution order of n log n. And this is the recurrence relation for binary search, which yields, what will be the complexity for binary search? Order of
n log n.
LGN log n. Okay. So this is the complexity for binary search, and this is the complexity, sorry, this is the complexity for best case and average case complexity for quick sort. So here this is the array. So first index is P and the last index is R. Okay. Now, if P is less than R, this is quite obvious. Your first index must be less than or equal to your last index. Okay. Then the partition you have to divide. You have to partition your whole array into either two halves, or if there will be, if the problem size is n, and you divide your problem into if there are b number of partitions, then each subproblem will be of size n by b. Here you divide the, in case of binary search and in case of quick sort, you divide the array into two halves. That's why the problem size is n by 2. Okay. But in general, the problem size is n by b if there are b number of divisions. Okay. Now, partition. So this partition will be stored in the variable q. Okay. Then these 3 and 4, these lines under the quick sort function, these two lines represent the recursive call. So this is the recursive call, which call itself the quick sort function, but in a smaller version. Why smaller version? Because first argument is a and the domain size reduces. This is P. So P is the first one, and last one was the R. Here in case of last one is the Q minus 1. Okay. So what is Q? So this is your Q. So this is your Q. Okay. So that we have to divide the whole array into two parts, so that every elements in the left part of the queue are less than is equal to Q, and every elements in the right side of Q are greater than Q. So this is the division. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this is
Yes,
the
sir.
actual division. And finally, this is one smaller sub problem, and this is another smaller sub problems. You have to solve these two sub problems using recursive call. So again, you have to divide this sub problem into smaller parts, and you have to divide this one in smaller part. And recursively, you have to solve the whole sub problems. Okay. So every problems before the Q are less than is equal to Q, and after the Q are greater than is equal to Q. Okay. Here we are using the Lomoto partitioning. Lomoto partitioning. What is Lomoto partitioning? Here you have to choose the pivot element. That is, choose the pivot element as the last element of the array. Okay. So according to Lomoto partitioning, you have to choose the pivot element. What is the pivot element? Actually, your pivot element is your partitioning element. Okay. So here your pivot element is the Q. So you have to choose the pivot element as the last element of the array. So this is the Lomoto partitioning. Okay. In case of Hoare partitioning, you can choose your pivot as the first element of the array. Okay. Is it clear? So according to Lomoto partitioning, you have to choose the pivot element, that is the Q, as the last element of the array. Okay. So Q is chosen. Then you have to recursively call the two sub problems of smaller size. So first one is the Q, and second one is the Q minus 1, and then Q minus 1 to R. So if we divide the if we if we divide this one, then we can get the three portions. So one portion starting from P, and it ends with Q minus 1, right? And this is your Q, and finally, this is your Q plus 1, and this is the R. Okay. So after the partitioning, we can get this scenario. So every elements are less than is equal to Q, every elements are greater than Q, and this is your Q. Okay. That is, you have to place this Q in such a position that every elements in the left side are less than is equal to Q, and every elements in the right side are greater than is equal to Q. Now let us start with an example. Okay. So first of all, let the array, there are some noise. Let the array size is 2. This is 2, okay? Two. Let this is 8. This is 7. This is 1. Let this is 3. 5. Okay, 6 and 4. So this is your array. You have to sort. This quick sort is very important for your exam purpose. You have to solve the array. You have to sort the array using the quick sort. Okay. So first of all, if p is if p is less than r, so obviously your p is less than r because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is your 7. So 0 is obviously less than 7. So q is equal to partition of APR. Okay. Now, what is the partition function? What is the partition function? So first of all, A of R is stored in X. Okay. A of R is stored in X. So what will be the X value? What will be the X value?
4.
Yes. So X is 4 because this is your P and this is your R. Okay. So A of R. So A of R is 4 and this 4 is stored in X. Okay. Then I is equal to P minus 1. I is equal to P minus 1. Let this is your I. Okay. And J runs from P to R minus 1. J runs from P to R minus 1. So there will be, there will be one bracket. J runs from this to this. And if this is happens, then first of all, we have to increase the I plus plus. So one bracket and second bracket. So J is equal to P to R minus 1. So what will be the value of J? J will be at 2. Okay. Next, if AJ is less than is equal to X, is it true? What will be the value of AJ now? AJ, what will be the value of AJ?
2.
So AJ here, AJ at the first pass, your AJ is 2. Okay. So 2 is less than is equal to 4. 2 is less than is equal to 4. Then what should we do? First, we have to increase the I and then exchange AI with AJ. Okay. So first of all, increase the I. So now this is your I. Okay. This is your I. Now exchange AI with AJ. So you have to exchange AI with AJ. So AI, now AI value is, what is the value AI?
Sir, AI AJ both will be 2 only because
Yes,
I
both
and J
will
are
be
at the
2.
same position.
Yes, both will be 2. So 2 is exchanged with itself. Is it clear? So 2
Yes,
is
sir.
exchanged with itself because you have to exchange first, you have to increase the I value and then you have to exchange the AI and AJ, right? Then coming from the loop, you have to increase the j value. So what will be the new j value? So j will be now at this position. Okay. So aj, what will be the value of aj now?
8.
8.
8. So 8 is less than is equal to 4.
No,
No.
sir.
No. So this condition is false. Number 4, aj is less than is equal to x. This is false. So what should we do? We have to increase
Proceed.
the j unless and until we are at the r-1 position. Okay. So again increase this j at this position. Okay. Now what will be the value of aj?
7.
7.
7. So aj is now at this position and the value is 7. Okay. So 7 is less than is equal to 4.
No.
No. So this condition is false. We have to increase this j. So j now be at this position. So what will be the value of aj?
1.
So aj is 1. Okay. So aj is 1. So 1 is less than is equal to 4. Yes, this is true. Yes, this is true. This condition is satisfied. Number 4. So first of all, we have to 1 second. First of all, we have to increase this I. So what will be the I value? We have to increase this I, that is I is now at this position. Okay. Then exchange AI with AJ. Then exchange AI with AJ. What should we do? What should we do? Exchange AI with AJ. So what will be the value of AI? AI is 8.
Yeah.
So you have to exchange this AI with AJ. So now the AJ value is
AJ will be 8 and AI will be 1.
yes. So exchange these two values. Exchange these two values. Okay. So this will be your 1 and this will be your 8, right?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes. Yes, sir.
then increase the j. So j will be now at this position. Okay. So 3 is less than 4. Here 3 is less than 4. What should we do?
Exchange.
No. First increment the I, then exchange. So first increment the I. So cross this I and your now I will be this position. Okay. And then exchange AI with AJ. So 7 will be exchanged with
3.
3. So 7 will exchanged with 3. Okay. So this will be your 3 and this will be your 7. Okay. Now for j is equal to p, increase the value of j. So increase the value of j. So j now will be at this position. Okay. Now 5 is less than is equal to 4.
False. No,
5
sir.
is
False.
less than is equal to 4. No, false. So increase the value of j. Don't enter in the if loop, if block. So these three lines will not be executed. So you have to increase this j at this position 6. So 6 is less than is equal to 4. No, false. 6 is less than is equal to 4. No, false. Okay. Now this will be your r minus 1. This will be your r minus 1. Okay. J will end at this position. So this is the final position of j. Okay. So from line number 3 to line number 6 is complete. Now line number 7, exchange AI with AR. Okay. Exchange AI with AR. So what will be your AI value? What will be your AI value after the whole completion of your AI and AR? Sorry, this is exchange AI plus 1. Exchange AI plus 1. AI plus 1. So AI plus 1, what will be the value of AI plus 1?
8.
Five.
It will be exchanged to 4.
So 8 is the AI plus 1. And this is AR. What is AR? AR value is 4. So you have to exchange the uh, 8 with 4. So this will be your 4 and this will be your 8. So this is the final exchange. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here, this 4 is placed in its proper position. After this completion of the first pass, this 4 is placed in its proper position. All the elements in this left side are less than is equal to 4, and all the elements in the right side are greater than is equal to greater than 4. Okay. So here, according to Lomuto partitioning, according to Lomuto partitioning, the last element, what is your initial 2, 8, 7, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, next 6, 4. So according to Lomuto partitioning, your 4, that is the last index of the array, last element of the array is your pivot point, partitioning point. Okay, you have to place this pivot or partitioning point at its proper position. So after the first pass, this 4 is placed in its proper position. Okay, now you have to recursively solve this 2, 1, 3 and this 4 7, 5, 6 7, 5, 6, 8. Okay, is it clear?
Yes,
Please
sir.
ask me if you have any queries. How to solve this 2, 1, 3? This 7, 5, 6, 8. This is left for your exercise. 2, 1, 3. How to solve this 2, 1, 3? Any idea?
Sir,
Two. Yes.
so first we will when we call the
So
function.
first one is the 2, 1, your left side. Now you have to
Yeah.
recursively. So as this is the recursive solution, as this is the recursive definition solution, here q is here in your example, in our particular example, q is 4 and 4 is placed in its proper position. And now we have to call the third line, that is the left part. Okay, the left part. What is the left part? First one is the q and second one is the first one is the p and second one is the q minus 1. So this is the 2, 1, 3. Left. This is the left array L and this is the R. Left and right sub problems. Now we have to recursively solve this left sub problem and right sub problem. So first 2, 1, 3. First 2, 1, 3. So this is your P and this is your R. Okay. This is your P and this is your R. Okay. Now, according to the algorithm, so this is your I, okay, and this is your J. J runs from P to R minus 1.
Yes, sir.
So J runs from P to R minus 1. So X, what will be the value of X here? Here X value is
3.
3. Here X value is 3. So the last element, actually X, Q, both are same. Both are the pivot point, partitioning point. You have to place this X and Q in its proper position. That is, you have to place these 3 in its proper position. Okay. By default, this 3 is placed in its proper position. Every element before 3 are less than is equal to 3. Please examine it carefully. So X is 3. Here X is 3. Now J is pointing here. So 2 is, here is the condition, Aj is less than X. So value of Aj is 2. Value of Aj at the first iteration, value of Aj is 2. So 2 is less than is equal to 3. What should we do? We have to increase the I plus plus, then exchange Ai with Aj. So 2 is exchanged with itself. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then,
Yes, sir.
then increase this J by 1. That is J is here. So 1 is less than is equal to 3. 1 is less than is equal to 3. So this is true. So what should we do? First increment the I, then exchange Ai with Aj. So first increment. So first increment here and then exchange Ai with Aj. So 1 is exchanged with itself. Okay. Now this is the R minus 1. Actually, this position is your R minus 1 in this sub problem. So J stops here. Now, first 3 to 6, these lines are completed. Now 7, number 7. What will be the line? Ai plus 1, exchange Ai plus 1 with Ar. So what will be Ai plus 1? What will be the
3
value of
will
Ai
be
plus 1? Yes. So here Ai plus 1. Here Ai plus 1 is 3. Here I plus 1 is 3. And this is exchanged with AR. So 3 is exchanged with itself. Okay. So this is the pivot point, Q point or X. This is placed in its proper position. And now we have to recursively solve this 2, 1. Okay. How to solve this 2, 1? How
so
to
the
solve this
function
2, 1?
will be called again.
So 2, 1. Again, you have to call this one. Quick short. Number 3. This line. So after the shorting of the left side, then only you have to go for the right side. So 2, 1. So for 2, 1, this is your P and this is your R. Okay. And this is your I and this is your J. Sorry, that was the I. Okay. This is I. So this is I and this is J. Now 2 is less than is equal to 1. Number 3, sorry, number 4. Aj is less than is equal to X. Here the X value is AR, the last one. So here the X value is 1. So 2 is less than is equal to 1. No. Okay. So this 4 to 6 line will not be executed and exchange AI plus 1 with AR. So what will be ai plus 1 value? What will be the ai plus 1 value? I is now at
A of 0. That's
yes.
2.
So ai plus 1 exchange ai plus 1 with ar. So 2 is exchanged with 1. So your new array is now 1 2. So 1 next is 2 1 2 and next value is 3 and the next value is your 4. 4 is placed in its proper position and the unshorted array what is the unshorted array? 7568 7568. So 7 and next is 5 7 5 7 5 6 and 8. So this is totally unshorted. You have to short the right side. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
this
sir.
is the quick short algorithm. In your exam, you have to explain the quick short algorithm with the help of an example. So first of all, you have to write the quick short function, and inside the quick short function, there will be partition function. After the partition function, you can take your own array, and using these two functions, you have to solve the whole array. Okay. Now the average case, best case, and worst case complexities of quick short. The average case, the average case and best case in log n, and the worst case is n square. Okay. Now this is your homework. Find out the worst case and best case behavior of quick short. That's all. Every year these questions may arise. Find out the worst case and best case behavior of quick short. Is it clear? Any doubt? Please ask me.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. The one hint is that for worst case behavior, for worst case behavior, your array is already shorted. If you are dealing with a already shorted array, then the worst case may happen. The complexity is order of n square. But average and best case, average derivation is out of syllabus. The average case behavior is n log n, and best case is also n log n. Okay. You have to derive these two, worst case and best case. These are the very, very important for your exam purpose. And Lomoto partitioning, so quick short is also important for your exam, MACOUT exam. Now recursion, there is another question. Difference between recursion and iteration. Every year this will be your short question, 2 or 3 marks maximum 2 or 3 marks. What are the difference between recursion and iteration? Which one is best and why? Which one is best? Iteration is best, but you have to find out why iteration is best. Okay. Recursion use a system stack. Recursion always use a system stack. Okay. Now, Tower of Hanoi. Do you know what is Tower of Hanoi?
So not much.
Tower of Hanoi problem. So this is another problem. Tower of Hanoi problem. So first of all, we have to discuss about this Tower of Hanoi. Hmm. Just 1 second. So there are three towers. There are three towers. A, B, and C. There are three towers. Okay. And this is the source tower. The problem definition is that this is the source tower. Okay. This is the destination tower, and this is the auxiliary tower. Okay. Now in the source tower, there are n number of disks. Okay. Let here the value of n, here the value of n is 3. Okay. The task is to move, the task is to move these n number of disks from the source to the destination using the auxiliary, using the auxiliary tower. Okay. Using the auxiliary tower. But there are some constraints. Your first constraint is that you can move only one disk at a time. The larger disk must reside under the smaller disk. This is your second constraint. Okay. So how can we solve this particular problem, Tower of Hanoi problem? Any idea?
So maybe using recursion.
So first of all, let there is a move function. Okay. That first argument is number of disk. So int n. Okay. And next one is let character source. Second one is the character let character destination, character destination, and last one is the character auxiliary. Okay. Now, if n is equal to 1, if the number of disk is equal to 1, then there is only one disk. You can easily move this disk from the source to the destination. You can easily move if there is number one disk. So printf move from %c to %c. Okay. And this will be your S and destination. Okay. Is it clear up to this? Just one,
Yes, sir, clear.
just one disk is there. Otherwise, that is number of disks are greater than 1. Otherwise, move So these are the recursive calls. So first argument is the number of disk. So n minus 1. First of all, we have to move the n minus 1 disk, that is this upper n minus 1 disk, from the source to the auxiliary. Okay. Then we have to move the largest disk from, we have to move the largest disk from source to the destination. Okay. Then we have to move the n minus 1 disk from the auxiliary to the destination. So move, what is the first move? Move n minus 1, then source. Okay. And this is second argument is the character destination. So what will be the third argument here in the first recursive call? Any idea? Here n minus 1, here n minus 1 disk are moved from source to the first n minus 1 disk are moved from source to the auxiliary. So this will be your
A.
Yes, A, and this using the destination. And then in the second recursive call, number of disks will be 1. Number of disks will be 1, and these are moved from source to the actual destination using the auxiliary. And finally, in the third recursive call, n minus 1 disk, what will be the source here? In the third recursive call, what will be the source?
Auxiliary.
Yes, auxiliary. What will be the destination?
Normal destination.
Normal destination using the source. So this is the move function in case of Tower of Hanoi problem. Okay. Now what will be the recursion? What will be the recursion? T of n. T of n. What is n? Number of disk. What is Tn? Time taken for moving the n number of disk. So first of all, we have to move the n minus 1. First of all, we have to move the n minus 1 disk from source to the auxiliary. Okay. So T of n minus 1 is equal to T of n is equal to T of n minus 1. So this is your first action. First of all, you have to move this n minus 1 disk from source to the auxiliary. Okay. Then only one move, only one disk is required, only one movement is required for moving the largest disk at the source to the actual destination. So this is 1 plus, again n minus 1 disk are moved from auxiliary to the actual destination. So T of n minus 1. T of n minus 1. Okay. So what will be the value? What will be the recurrence relation? 2T n minus 1. 2T n minus 1. 2T n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, 2T n minus 1 plus 1. So this is the recurrence relation for Tower of Hanoi. How can we solve this Tower of Hanoi problem? What will be the complexity of Tower of Hanoi? Any idea? Any idea what will be the solution? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, 2 to the power n. 2 to the power n. After solving this particular recurrence, you can get this time complexity for solving the 2 to the power n. Here the n is 3. Here the number of disk is 3. Actually, after solving, you can get 2 to the power n minus 1. 2 to the power n minus 1. After solving this recurrence, you can get this one. but as we are discarding the constant term, the complexity is 2 to the power n. Okay. Now 2 to the power n minus 1 number of movements are required for moving the n number of disks. Okay. So here n is equal to 3. Here in our example n is equal to 3. So what will be the number of movements? 2 to the power 3 minus 1, that is 7. You can try 8. So 7 number of movements are required for moving this 3 disk from source to the destination. Okay. So this is your homework. Solve this Tn. Solve this Tn is equal to 2Tn minus 1 plus 1 using the substitution method. There will be a GP series. What will be the form of GP series? A into r to the power n minus 1 by r minus 1, where A is the starting element and r is the common factor. Okay. Here the common factor is 2 because there is a 2. Do you have any queries?
No, sir.